I'm all the way caught up now.
But it's still to get there. So that's why they can be very vengeful and they'll get you when you least expect it. And so Scorpios keep their friends closer than enemies way, way closer. So I'm not saying you can't trust them. I'm just saying the closer you are to them, they're either trying to put you back together and heal you, or they do have something behind their back. Scorpios are very watchful. You know, they have really good eyes, very mysterious. I call them sometimes also the undertaker of the zodiac. They know how to bury things very well. They're very secretive, but they're also the ones who can dig things back up very well. So they're the ones who know the ancient secrets. That's why I say they're the original sign. So they have all the ancient secrets. They have all the original work. This the Scorpio is of X, and so, you know, the X of the feminine. And so it's like deep information deep within, deep at the bottom of the oceans, I would even say. So this is, you can't go no further than the bottom of a woman. So that's why I say to get this information, a man has to enter a woman to enter these gates to collect the information here in Scorpio. And to then you have to regenerate these things where your children come from. So it's a very powerful place and very fertile place to be. And it's fertile just like Leo, but they challenge each other because Scorpio is a very dark place. Leo is a very bright place. And they challenge each other because it's ruled by
Okay, that's where we left off.
Oh, I think the sister just had the same mistake as me. I had actually.
Yeah, that's where we left off, sister.
Okay. So you want me to pick back up now?
I don't know if there was anything else you wanted to finish about
with Scorpio.
But we finished.
So yeah. Well, with Scorpio, I think I was leaving off with Scorpio being ruled by Pluto, and so Pluto is the furthest away from the sun. So which is why we call Pluto a very dark planet, and a lot of people don't even consider it a planet anymore because it's so small and because it's the distance from the sun. And so this would make Scorpios sometimes tend to be dark people or secretive people or mysterious because they are naturally furthest from the sun. So that's where that shadow in them comes from, or that dark energy comes from. And it's not always a bad energy. So even a child Scorpio is just a very thorough person and a very observant person. I would say that. So all is well with that, the Scorpios.
Now on to the Minotaur himself, you know, the half man, half horse. Am I right? The Sagittarius?
Yeah, Sagittarius. So yeah, it's on the Centaur. So yeah, that's the teacher. And we call that the goal. And I would call it the elevation and the destination of the zodiac. So Sagittarius is the 9th sign. So that's talking about, so this is all still aligned with numerology, which is why I mentioned the what number sign it is. So with that number 9, it's a very divine number, and it's talking about how far you're going. It's just talking about your future. It's talking about your ambitions. And I also call it the highway. So Sagittarius talks about their aim. That's why they have the bow and arrow. They shoot very far. They're the visionaries. They see very far. They can pretty much see into the future. They have very vivid dreams a lot of times. Very big. Their goals are very big. Everything about them is big. A lot of times if they have a Sagittarius ascendant, Sagittarius tend to be very big people, or they tend to think very big. So even if they're a small or short person, they still like big cars. They have big dreams. Everything about them is just very huge, on a huge scale, and it's ruled by Jupiter. And so Jupiter is the biggest planet, of course. So Jupiter represents favor and elevation, everything that gets you where you're going. So I also call it your map. Where you want to go, Jupiter is going to take you there. And so Sagittarius tend to be very exaggerated individuals. They tend to be exaggerated in their words, in their clothing, everything, but they're also the teacher. And so that's why I say that they're always on the roll. They're always on the move. They're always on the road. And that makes them, I would even call them the nomad of the zodiac, because they're always running from something or to something, but they're always on the road and traveling to gather information to go back and teach people or to tell their side of the story, which also makes them, you know, really good storytellers. So Sagittarius are really good, but they have a very bad temper. So that's the worst temper of the zodiac. Sagittarius, they're very loud, very exaggerated, even when in their anger. But they sit on their high horse, because that goes back to the Centaur. They're a lot of information, so they tend to sit on their high horse. They tend to have a sarcastic mouth about them, but they a lot of times are right with what they're saying. Their tone is not always right, which is why they oppose Gemini, and that's why they're 150 degrees away from Taurus. Their tone is not always right, but a lot of times they are right. They can oversee a lot. So, yes, Sagittarius is a good sign. That's right at your root chakra and your solar plexus. So that's your level of excitement. And I'm sorry, it's also at your throat chakra, the things that you say, how far they let you go in life with Sagittarius. So all is well with them.
And when I see Sagittarius, to me, I know I see Taurus. That's why, like you said, a centaur, or a minotaur, however they want to, mix it up. But the Taur meaning Taurus. And I see like the word sage, look like they're a sage Taurus, and sage not only being a healing plant, but a sage when it comes to humans, meaning wise, like a wise person would be a sage. So I see the word sage and Taurus together when I see Sagittarius. And
that's so amazing. I love your mind. How you even did that.
Yeah. In the Capricorn.
Oh yeah.
Teach me about my friends, because I know some people that's gonna watch this right now just because of that one sign.
That goat. That good old goat. So Capricorn is the father of the zodiac, ruled by Saturn. So Saturn is talking about the structure, the discipline, and the work of the zodiac. And I also call them the investors, because Capricorn is the father, and I'll also say a good husband and a good supervisor of the zodiac. And so that's why they invest in people. They invest in things. Now, they also get a bad rap sometimes of being called the devil, because they can be very materialistic. So that even goes back to the goat, and that also goes back to Saturn and everything. Saturn being a goat, which a lot of people, like I say, consider the devil. And that's just saying that sometimes they'll move anything out of their way to be the best. So that's why the goat is the greatest of all times. And Capricorn are very intellectual. They're very smart. They're very good at being resourceful. I mean, they really are the supervisor. They're very good at being the person of authority. In their lower self, they need authority. In the lower self, they lack discipline. But in their best self, man, they get you where you're going. And so you want to pay attention to Capricorns in your life, because they will definitely be the ones that know people. And they definitely be the ones that can get you in a good position. But you also want to be mindful of them in lower self, because like I said, they will step on you and anybody else to get to where they want to get, because they can also use people. But they are very beautiful people. They are people that will, like I say, will invest in you because they represent time. And so that's why Capricorns don't like to waste time, or wherever you have it at in your chart. And you'll even see a little child, a 5 or 6 year old, something about them would be so serious, and it's a Capricorn, because they just got somewhere to be. They got things to do. So Capricorns are they're fantastic, and they seem kind of tough and kind of mean, but they're so gushy on the inside. They're so sweet, but they come off mean. They just don't like to waste time. They don't like to waste money. They don't like to waste energy. Other than that, if you're worth it, and they represent the cipher, so if you're worth it and you can fit in their cipher and not take anything away from them, all is well with a Capricorn when you have them in your space. So all is well with them. They're good. It's a whole lot more I can go in there, but no, I ain't gonna go in on too much. None of the signs, but yeah. Capricorn is good.
And speaking of Capricorn, I see the word caprice, and just the word caprice alone, it means a sudden, unpredictable change as of one's mind or the weather. So basically, like a Capricorn, their mind could change like the weather,
Most definitely.
And it's pretty much saying it in the word caprice by itself. But I see, just like we see Aquarius, I'm seeing that aqua. So the kingdom of the aqua, Aquarius, would be an aquarium. I'm just saying, but
indeed.
But teach me about our Aquariuses.
Aquariuses are intellectuals, and those are our inventors. So those are our unicorns of the zodiac. Those are very special people who just know how to collect information very fast. So they're just like a Gemini, but I'll call them an older Gemini. meaning they can move faster. So all the air signs are the signs that collect the most information. And I always say the fire signs are the ones that protect us. They look out, and the water signs look in, and the earth signs look down. So this is why we all in the vehicle together, collectively, everybody's looking in different directions to know which way is the way. So with Aquarius invents things, and they represent miracles and disasters. So out of disaster, we create the miracle of things we invent. And when we don't have things, we invent these things. And so that's why now, even in the age of Aquarius, which some, depending on some astrologers, would agree or argue that it's the age of Aquarius right now. But anyway, that's just talking about new things, new situations, innovation. So that's why I call them the game changer. They come and change up everything. And they definitely make us look at things differently. So they deal with computers, they deal with technology, they deal with our clothes, the way we think, all of those things. Aquarius is also at their lower self are the weird ones. So a lot of times Aquarius, when you're talking about or what we call weird or what we call different or unconventional. And so this is where a lot of people have major placements when they're talking about people who are, suffer from autism. If you're blind, deaf, a lot of those things, sensitivity to different things, all of that. That's why I said those are special people, are game changers. And those are the reasons why those type of people are the reasons why they create changes in the way we live our life and the way we do things. So that's why they can represent the small groups, organizations, things like that of special people or like-minded people who live a certain way. And so Aquariuses are very special and unique, and they have to develop that as they get older, or they're going to always feel odd. So they can be 50 years old and still having that awkwardness, or they can decide to make that something different and go into the world and say, hey, y'all, this is the new style for Aquariuses. And this is what makes them so special, but they have to have confidence to do it. So I don't, even if it's a club foot, if it's a gap in your teeth, whatever, Aquariuses have to decide, hey, this is the new style and y'all just going to like me for who I am. And that's what makes everybody adjust. And we just decide, hey, that's the new style. This is what's what. And we're not mad at about it. And so that's what makes us, the adjustment of Aquarius is just so fantastic. And they make us adjust our minds to things that happen. And this, for it to be their sun sign, they naturally do it. They can wake up in the morning and it can be a tornado, and they know how to adjust faster than everybody else. Everybody else still running around getting their stuff together. Aquarius just is like, hey, well, wherever happens, happens. And that's just an amazing mindset to have. So Aquariuses are great. We need them. They are great. So they make us, they make everybody a little bit more confident with themselves, whatever makes you different. So I like Aquariuses a lot. Yeah.
And the sister, Yasini, was sending a message saying, wholeness to the goddess Yaris Bay. Hold on.
Oh, peace and love, wholeness, most definitely. All is well.
Matter of fact, right before we do Pi, let me just show you. I said Pi, but Pisces, because I wanted to actually show this Pi symbol. Just right quick. Hold on. All right, hold on 1 second. The symbol for Pi. Hope I did that. And I didn't even get the images. That's what I meant to get. Yeah. Make sure. Okay, there we go.
I love that. You are so amazing.
Thank you. See, look.
Oh my God.
And this symbol for Pi, if we noticing, this is what that that zodiac, those two fish were just looking like. One
yes.
is curved this way and the other one's going that way. And we'll go right back to the zodiac to prove it.
Man, praise Allah. You be going in your mind. Who thinks like that?
I gotta be able to add, I gotta be able to add something to all these jewels you dropping.
Yo, but you really going in. I'm sorry, go ahead. Man, that's so dope.
Only thing I'm missing is a line connecting the two fish, and it would be the whole Pi symbol. And we saying Pisces. So, I'm gonna get in. I'm gonna find out I'm gonna do the math on this one. Trust me. But tell them about the 12th sign of the zodiac, the Pisces. That'll be the final sign today.
Right, and we'll definitely be doing more because this is just fun. Anyway, so yeah, Pisces. Pisces is a 12th sign. So Pisces is talking about your trust, your faith, and your belief. And with that 12, the 12 is talking about also a supreme understanding. So this is why it's a spiritual sign and it's a water sign. So it's just talking about your intuition, it's talking about looking within, and it's talking about your relationship with the divine. Now, this is the last and final sign, final phase, and last degree that everybody has to gain. And so this is talking about the law of reflection, and this is talking about the law of gender. So this is talking about how everything is everything, and this is a level of acceptance of everything, because Aquarius is the tolerance of it all. So Pisces, right after tolerance, is just to accept. And so this is why we call this a Christ sign. And Leo is also a Christ sign. Leo, we call this the outer Christ, which is your outer faith, what you actually can see, which is man. This is why I say the son, the father, the brother is the son, which is Christ. That's Leo, which is the son we see every day. But Pisces is the inner faith, the inner Christ, what you can't see. So Pisces is your blind faith, which is so fantastic. So this is why all of this also still ties back into the Bible, which is why I say don't throw any books away. I don't care what it is, because astrology is the collection of all faiths. So astrology is not a religion, but if we call it a religion, it's the mama of our religions. So it gave birth to every belief. And so that's why I say everybody got their style from astrology. That's the first dance move of the universe. And so, but Pisces is this spiritual teacher. And so this is why, of course, even children, Pisces are old souls. So this is why even a 2 or 3-year-old Pisces is an old soul. They just got back, but they got a new vehicle, but they still doing unfinished business. So a lot of times Pisces that's the Pisces, Sagittarius, and Gemini, and I would also say Virgo, are the main vehicles when we're talking about our ancestors. They like to hop in vehicles like that. Sagittarius is a large vehicle, so this is why somebody might seem like they have multiple personalities. Same thing with Gemini. It's just ancestors are open, they're major portals, so ancestors jump in those vehicles, and that's why they can take in more than one personality, and that's why it appears this way socially, that these people have issues. So even going back to Pisces, that's a double sign. They can take in more than one energy at a time, and these energies don't have bodies, so that's why we call them spirits or our ancestors, meaning they can take in a lot of messages. And that goes back to why Pisces is the last degree. Pisces tend to be very distracted people. These people tend to have the most dependency issues, smoking, drinking, things like that, because they have such an overload of messages. So this is why they end up being the coulda, shoulda, wouldas, and the people singing on the side of the road at their lowest self, because Pisces gets the most messages from the other side. And so these are the mediums. These are the people who can really take in things. They have very, very vivid dreams, all of those things. And that's why I say even children Pisces have issues sleeping and all of that. They're coming into their awakening early. And that's why a lot of times that goes back to why they might have mental issues and all of that. Pisces spend a lot of time. You see a lot of them on medicines or spending time in mental institutions. And I'm saying all this now for anybody who has a child that is a sun sign Pisces or Pisces ascendant, because that it appears, that's why I always say that socially that something may be wrong when everything is quite right about them. They're very, very divine. And so that's why I say they can be the most distracted on drugs, on the medicine, because socially we don't accept the messages that they have, when they're very beautiful people. That's why they represent the feet. They go feet first into everything. They jump first. They have faith first. Aries is the eyes first. Aries has to see first, which is quite okay. Every sign moves differently. So Aries has to see first before they jump, which they need the information before they just move. But Pisces doesn't need to see. Pisces just jumps because they have so much faith. And sometimes too much faith, meaning they trust in the wrong things, which is why they get hurt the most. They jump and they get hurt. They don't look. And so that's why we have to know when to have what sign around us. Pisces is the safest when they're around a Aries, or when they're around, I would even say a Scorpio. Scorpio is also a water sign, but Scorpio does things that an Aries does. They just do it in the water. And so they're very thorough, and they can take something out. And Pisces, because they're very powerful, they know not what they do, because they also represent the subconscious mind and the pineal gland. So if you're not adding structure to it, prayer, meditation, and telling your subconscious what to do, that's why you can be very foolish and easily misled. And I'm just going very thorough with Pisces, because that's the last sign, but that's a combination of all the signs, which is why I say they collect everybody's messages. And that's why they be the most confused, somewhere sick, because they have, they represent the lymphatic system. So they easily get sick from other people's energy, other people if they actually are sick, and all of those things. But Pisces is a very, very beautiful sign in higher self. In lower self, they're the most foolish, distracting person. You want to take care of them, you want to love on them. In lower self, they don't know anything. But in higher self, they magical. They're Christ. They can do a lot of things that are outside of the human eye. You'd be like, wow, how did you do that? When they utilize their energy properly. So Pisces are good. They really are good. We just gotta love on them, because they fall the hardest. They fall harder than everybody else, because they rise the highest. So that's what I'm saying. All is well with them. But yeah, they're good people. And they can act innocent too. When they lying, they love to make you feel bad for them. So pay attention to that too. They full of crap. But they're good people though.
It made me appreciate the way that all of this signs and things tie together, especially like we say, fire signs, water signs, air signs. See what we really getting at is how deep it goes. Because I like to think I'm not famous for it, but I am the one who definitely, like, I know I didn't learn it from anybody, and I be bringing this science. So I be saying that fire is water.
Oh, it is. You better speak this word today, man. Y'all better listen to him, man.
So it surprised me, and it was beautiful the way you said Scorpio does everything the Aries does, just in the water.
Yeah.
The air is water. We know ice is water in its solid form. And the water that we swim in, we know that is water, but we don't know the air is water. And we don't put two and two together that fire can't breathe without air. So fire is air, but air is what? Air is water. So the fire is water. You feel me? So it's just us manifesting and transforming, being those ethers, being that the all, because I call water the all. And like back to the Pisces sign, one second, how I was just saying how it looks like it. I think other signs, somebody must already have noticed that too, because this is really like the sign for Pisces. Or hold on, let me go back. They just bring the line down, but it's still, it's still Pisces. But at the same time, when you put the line on the top, we know we're dealing with the symbol of pi.
Right. No, you're onto something. You got me about to look into some stuff even deeper now. Yo, you don't even understand what you just did when you told me, when you said that.
Light bulb. I already know. That's what I'm saying. Like, Pisces gonna make me come check her out and and see what she got to do with this math, because it's always some math and every symbol that we're looking at, and people not doing the equations. But this was beautiful. And if you just want to let the people know, like all of those sun signs that we just studied, like how do they pertain to a person? Now we're not going to go through each one because we already explained what they are. But what does a moon sign mean? Like if one of these signs are my moon, what does it mean to have a moon sign?
Your moon sign is how you feel the most of the time. So the moon sign is what I call, okay, I don't know what other astrologers, but I call it your spiritual homeostasis. So meaning that's what keeps you the most, what makes you flow and keeps you afloat the most. Because your moon is your waters, right? So your moon is what keeps you afloat. The moon is the tide, meaning this is what keeps this person the most balanced, and this is what brings this person the most comfort, whatever your moon sign is. And it's also meaning this is also what can make you the most uncomfortable. So whatever your best part of your sign is also still the worst thing. Your sun sign is the best part of you and the worst part of you. And your sun sign has a lot to do with your death. So that's what I'm saying. The thing that brings you light has a whole lot to do with when your lights go out. And a lot of people don't pay attention to that. So we love going, oh, I'm this sign, I'm that sign. Okay, the best part of you is the worst part of you. And so same thing with your moon. The thing that brings you the most comfort is also the thing that makes you the most uncomfortable. And so, for example, and you're right, I'm not going to go through every sign. I'm just going to just name a couple. For example, like an Aries moon. What makes somebody the most comfortable with the Aries moon? So let's just go back to the Aries sun. The Aries sun is the first sign. It's the leadership position. It's the leader sign. It's already the one with the information to tell everybody else what to do. This is the one that's delegating. Hey, you do this, you do that. Okay, so an Aries moon, this is what makes somebody the most comfortable. So they can be a sun sign Taurus, but if you have an Aries moon, meaning my spiritual homeostasis, what keeps me the most comfortable, as I'm a sun sign Taurus, I do the best at doing Taurus things, but I'm the most comfortable when I'm the boss, when I'm in front, meaning because they have an Aries moon. So this is a Taurus, this is a bull who wants to be in the front. Now that explains somebody's sun sign and their moon sign. I'm a Taurus, but I feel like an Aries. So I'm a bull, but I feel like a ram, is what this person is telling you. So they saying, hey, I'm not a slow Taurus. This is a fast moving bull. This bull will really get you, is what they're saying. Because the Taurus is normally very calm and docile. Now, a bull, the Taurus will get you, but it takes a lot. But when it's the Taurus with the Aries moon, they'll get you a lot faster than a natural Taurus would. And, so that's why you have to understand that. Like me, I'm a sun sign Gemini, but my moon sign is in Cancer. So I'm a Gemini, but I feel the most comfortable doing Cancer things. And Cancer is the magician. Cancer is the nurturer. Cancer is the mama. Cancer is also the one that's intuitive, or the psychic. So that's why I'm naturally, everybody knows me. See, I'm popular for being a Gemini, talking, communicating, and all of that. But I feel the most comfortable doing it. I talk like your mom. I talk like, someone that loves on you and nurtures you. And I talk using my intuition when I do talk. So I'm a sun sign Gemini, but I feel best doing it when I do it the way a Cancer does it. And that's what makes us, now we start to know, oh, she's not a normal Gemini. So that's why when somebody goes, oh, you one of those crazy Geminis. No, actually, my Cancer moon backs me up that I'm not that crazy, that I'm actually very solid in my emotions, and I know how to make solid decisions, because a natural sun sign Gemini doesn't. So that's what makes you different. That's why I say it's like 400 to 500 different types of Geminis, Aries, different signs. It's 400 to 500 different types of combinations when you bring in somebody's ascendant and their moon sign. So that's why people be like, oh, I'm not a regular Gemini, or I'm not the typical Scorpio. And they're right. They're saying I don't normally do the same Scorpio or Gemini things, because their moon sign is what saves them, saying no, but I feel comfortable doing this the most though. So all is well.
Yes, we definitely appreciate you. And this is, a beautiful introduction into astrology. And anybody who's either ready to, tackle this full steam ahead, or anybody that's already in the depth, you can definitely contact my sister Yaris Bay. And the best thing about her, she's just not the type to sell you your natal chart. Sell you your natal chart and then, let you just try to figure this out. The best thing about it is being able to have somebody like her you can call and, actually get a little more in depth with your specific natal chart. Because, going through her, she'll be able to have it as well as you, and she'll help you understand every word you see. Because it's not as simple as you want to expect. It's almost like a child or a young person reading the Bible. It ain't that easy, So I would, if you were in the depth, I would recommend my sister. Her patience is incomparable. You feel me? And she definitely knows how to make things simple. So as you can tell, as y'all can tell through the video, it is going to be a pleasant experience, and I definitely recommend my sister. And I appreciate my Pisces and all my other zodiacs in the building. And
peace and love, everybody.
Let the people know where they can follow you, where they can find you.
Oh yeah, reach out to me, you guys. So my website is peacebyyari.com. I'm on Facebook, Yari Bay. I'm also on Instagram, Yari Bay. Full name just Yari Bay, YAARISBEY. I'm also on Instagram. No, I say Instagram, Twitter, same thing. Y'all ready? And so reach out to me. My number is up here. You can also reach out to me through email, piece by piece, KT. And you can book with me anytime and we can go through it. I would just need your birthday, your birth time, and your location of birth. Your birth time is very important. It makes it very, very accurate. You want to get as close to, the exact time as possible to make it, the best experience. But it's still good even without the exact time. I would definitely suggest to get it done, especially anybody who's trying to figure out something about their relationship, money, work, even your child. So I do children's natal charts as well. It's very, very, just very helpful with raising children. I do my children's charts every week, and it helps a lot with their behaviors and just kind of knowing their next move. So I don't want to go too much, but the astrology is for all of us, you guys, and the science is for all of us. And I just say jump on it as much as you can. Anybody, but reach out to me, of course, but anybody that you just feel in tune with, you feel their vibration when they're talking about our science. Anybody that sounds like home, just go there and get the information, you guys. All is well.
For real. Because the last thing I would say is that this is the true knowledge of self. It's just like Noble Drew Ali was saying, okay, study self, from your head to your toes, and what you put inside of your body. And then they be like, okay, well, after I done studied all of me, what else should I study? He says, study self some more. So that means now we need to go into the natal charts and etc. to even deeply, more deeply know ourselves. So this is that knowledge of self, and this is just how you keep studying self, real for real.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing, and peace and love. I love everybody because it makes you appreciate yourself and each other so much more. And so your journey is just gonna have so much more color to the picture when you do it. So
somebody asked for your email or the website, either one.
Oh, okay, I can just put it in the comments or something.
I can either one.
Oh, okay, the email you can do KCHERE brand@gmail.com. Hold up, I'll try to put it in. Oh, K, the letter K, and then C, the letter CHERE, and then the word brand, BRAND, @gmail.com. And then they can also call the number because the number is going to come straight to my line. I have 3 different lines, but that's my main line. So even if they call the number or if they text the number, they can still reach me through the number as well. So if people don't want to call, they can just still text it. That's fine too.
So it's KCERE brand @gmail.
CHERE. So yeah, everything else put an H. Yeah, KCHERE brand @gmail.
All right, gotcha. Yeah. How we looking?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, there you go. See, look, I know I'm difficult, but you did it. He's like, what's your difficult tale?
However I can help the people. Yeah, now we got it though. We got it. Y'all make sure y'all follow up and y'all get ready, because hopefully by next week when we do this next show, I really wanted to be able to tap in. Oh yeah. I told her to tell my sister that we're gonna probably have to do a whole show just on the so-called 13th sign or Fucus, on its own. But I just wanted to get the normal 12 out of there. And people
we'll get into that one.
Yeah, but most definitely I wanted to just prepare them for the next topic, which probably will be God, your God versus your dog. I'm not gonna get her started because she gonna blow y'all mind. So I'm gonna just save that into the next show.
All is well, most definitely. Thank you for the opportunity, and thank you guys for listening. This was good. I can't wait to speak with you guys next week.
For sure. So y'all give her a call and y'all tune in next week, Most likely be like, maybe every Thursday, or it could be a Tuesday. Y'all just be prepared. We coming. Appreciate y'all. Peace.
Always will. Have a good night.